welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a glamorous, soft spring makeup look. I didn't know really what to call this because it is not like, you know, a natural glowing, you know, no makeup spring look. It is definitely very glamorous, but I like it because it's like soft and it really just like, I don't know, I just love it on the eyes and the lips. It just like blends together and looks really nicely. So I decided that I would create this, you know, soft glam spring makeup look for you guys. I actually do wear this look a lot. I haven't worn it in a while, but I do wear this look a lot when spring and summer rolls around because I just like it because it's not your typical warm brown smoky eye with, you know, a darker warm lip. It's definitely more cool toned. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. Let's get started. I'm going to start off with doing my eyeshadow. I already primed my eyelids. We can move on to the eyeshadows, and I'm going to be taking a old palette. This is the Lorac Mega Pro 3 palette. I think this came out like last year or so, but I just love this palette for whenever it comes to being spring, just because it has really purple spring colors. So I'm going to be using that today. I'm actually going to be taking the Morphe M504 brush, super big blending brush. I absolutely love this brush for whenever I'm doing like a transition shade. It just really like blends out everything really nicely. So I'm actually going to be taking the color Dirty Mauve, or Dusty Mauve, not Dirty Mauve. Take that on this brush and I'm going to just blend it in the crease, brow, and I feel like that is just the best way to get it really diffused throughout the eyelid. So now that that color's laid down, I'm going to be taking this color right here that's called Velvet Gray, and it's a little bit deeper than the first color that we used. It does have like a really cool undertone, so it's this one right here. I'm going to be picking that up with the Royal Le Nickel blending brush. It's a little bit fatter than the first one that we used, and that's just going to kind of diffuse those two colors together, but I'm mainly going to precisely put this in the crease. That way it starts to give me definition in the crease. Now I'm going to go in with this color called Eggplant, and this is like a mauve-y, dark, almost purpley color, and I'm going to be taking that on a MAC 217 brush. Just going to really help define the crease so it makes it look like we actually have a crease, and it's going to also help give me more definition than any other colors. I'm still going to go back in with that blending brush and then just blend those edges, because if you don't blend the edges afterwards, it can kind of look a little harsh. So I always like to go back in and blend after each color that we put down, and then if you need to build it up again, you can do so. I'm going to take an even smaller brush. This is the Pixie small taper blending brush, and I'm going to actually clean that off because I do have some leftover product from yesterday. So I'm going to take the color Eggplant again, which is the deepest shade that we just used, and I'm going to kind of just place that even more into the socket of the crease. I feel like this just really helps carve it out too. I'm going to take some more of my primer that we just used to prime our eyelids, and I'm going to kind of just carve this out because I want it to look like we have a cleaner eyelid, and it's also going to help brighten up the eye. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this lighter shade right here, which is called Pink Cream. This color right here, it's a really light peachy, almost white color. I'm going to put that on the eyelid right here, just to set that primer. These two colors, I'm going to mix them together, so Violet Gray and Eggplant, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner. My liner, and I'm going to do this off camera because I could never get my wings to be right if I'm actually like filming myself for some reason, just because I have to get really close up to the mirror. I'm going to do my liner and then I will be right back. Wings are on. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara to my lashes so that we can pop on some fake lashes, and then we will move on to the face. And for the lashes, I'm going to be taking these. These are actually from Amazon, but they do have an Instagram and an actual website, so I will definitely make sure to link it down below. But they are called Miss Kiss eyelashes, and they look like this. And this is in the style, actually this doesn't have a style, but they are, yeah, this doesn't have a style, but they are these right here, super pretty. These are actually the ones that I've been wearing like every day because I'm obsessed with them, because they don't cover up your whole, you know, eye look. They just look very wispy, very glamorous. So I'm going to apply these and then we will move on to the face. Primer, I'm going to be taking this one right here. This is the Too Faced Peach Primed and Peachy. I always cannot say this. I don't know why. I don't know if it's too much peas or what, but it's just peach from Too Faced, the primer. So this is the matte primer. I'm going to be taking that. I like to take about 2 pumps and apply it to my forehead and my T-zone area, because that's where I tend to get the most oily. And I'm going to just like rub that into the skin. It just feels so good every single time I apply this. After that, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Baby Skin, and I barely have any of this left, but this is one of my favorite pore minimizing primers, so I like to squeeze it, and I still have some product in there, believe it or not. And I'm going to put that on the forehead again, and then just like press it right here into the pore area, because I have a lot of pores going on right there. So lashes are on, and I'm going to apply my foundation. I have been loving these two foundations mixed together, and the main reason is because this one is a HD high definition foundation, and this is the Makeup Forever one. This is the old school one that everyone used to use back in the day. I still really love it, but the thing with this is it's a little too light for me, so I have to mix it in with my Double Wear foundation, and this is just a long lasting foundation. So I feel like these two together just make the skin look really beautiful, especially, you know, on camera and in pictures. I'm not going to be taking pictures or anything like that, but obviously I am on camera today and I am going to work, so I want this to look as best as possible. So the Double Wear foundation, I'm in the shade Sand, and the HD foundation, I'm in the shade, what shade is this? I don't even know. I've had it for such a long time. I'm not really sure, but anyways, it's too light for me, so I'm going to mix them two together. Going to use my Morphe M439 brush. I actually used this the other day and I really loved it. I always see like other people use this brush, and I think that after they're done blending out their foundation, it looks flawless with this brush. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get that brush and I'm gonna try it, because I used to really love the Sigma foundation brushes, but then I stopped because I started using the Beauty Blender. But I really like this foundation brush. I also just like it too because I feel like it doesn't sheer out my foundation. Sometimes the Beauty Blender kind of shears it out, and with a thicker foundation I want it to be like, you know, its full pigmentation. For concealer, I'm going to be taking the Tarte Shape Tape. You guys know I've been recently using this and I'm still obsessed. Like, I cannot get enough of this. Like, I don't know where or what I was doing before I started using this concealer. It's like all of my favorite concealers all in one. I'm super obsessed with it, so if you guys haven't tried it, highly recommend it. To blend this out with my Beauty Blender. I could never blend out my concealer with a brush. I don't know what it is. I just can't. I used to, like back in the day, but ever since I discovered the Beauty Blender, like once you discover Beauty Blender, you cannot go back to brushes. Like, it's just a life changing thing, you know? Like, it just freaks me out when people tell me that they do not like the Beauty Blender. I'm just like, what? I literally freak out. Like, I'm like, how do you not like the Beauty Blender? But I feel like a lot of people mistake the Beauty Blender for just being like a regular sponge, and they use it dry, so that's why they don't like it. But even people that I talk to, they're like, oh my god, your foundation looks like, you know, flawless. What do you use to apply your foundation? I'm like, a Beauty Blender. And they're like, I've used the Beauty Blender, but I hate it. And I'm like, do you wet it? They're like, yeah, I don't like it. And I'm like, what? Like, it's just bizarre to me, but I don't know what it is. I mean, I've known people with oily skin, dry skin, and they love the Beauty Blender, but I don't know what it is. Some people just, it's not their cup of tea, but it's definitely my cup of tea. Once you use Beauty Blender, I couldn't go back to foundation brushes. So now that that's on for once and for all, I'm not going to be using Airspun. I'm actually going to be using the Too Faced Peach Perfect, what is this, loose powder? Mattifying loose setting powder. And I like to place it on the lid just like I do Airspun. I'm going to take my sponge and I'm going to pack this on underneath the eyes. I don't know why, but this reminds me of Airspun still, but with a peachy scent. That's why I really like it, but I try not to use it that much because if I was to use it a lot, like every day, I would run out so quickly, and you know, Airspun is just cheaper, so I only like to use this when I'm going for more of a full coverage, like, you know, full glam look. So that's why I'm using this today, because I know I'm going to be at work for a long time, and it just really helps me stay really matte. And I haven't used this actually in a while, so that's why I wanted to use it today. And no lie, every time like I put this on, it kind of like dusts along my mouth, and it literally tastes like peaches. Like, am I crazy? Does anybody else own this powder and think the same thing? I don't know, but I seriously taste peaches every time I put it on. And I'm going to dust that on the rest of the face. See, like I'm tasting peaches, guys. I don't know if it's just me, maybe it's mind over matter thing, but I seriously taste peaches every time I put it on. Like, I was using Physicians Formula bronzer for such a long time. Now you guys are gonna get so sick and tired of me mentioning my Tom Ford bronzer, but I just start using stuff and then I cannot stop using it, because like I just, you know, use makeup pretty much every day and I cannot get enough of it. Once I've tried it, I'm just like, you know what, we're gonna use this every day till it goes out. And this brush I cannot get enough of. This is the Morphe M513, 530, not 13. And I've seen people use this brush too, and I'm just like, how does the bronzer look so flawless? But now I know it's Morphe M530. The back of my neck is literally sweating because it's just so hot in here. But you gotta do what you gotta do for the tube. Contour's done. Every single time I contour, I do like to do this step right after I contour. So I'm going to pick up some powder, and I'm going to use the same powder, the Too Faced one, and I'm going to just bake underneath the contour lines. I just feel like it really just cleans it up, and it doesn't look like your bronzer's like everywhere, you know. So I always have to do this step, except when I'm like, you know, doing a really quick look. But for the most part, I just like to bake, and I like to put some just on my nose and my forehead because that's where I normally get oily. Taking my Rockateur by Benefit, I mentioned this in my last video, super good blush. I don't know what I was doing. This has been in my collection forever and I never really used it, but I really do like it. That I'm going to be taking this highlighter. This is from the Balm Cosmetics. Love this highlighter so much. I just love it because it looks like natural but not natural. Right here on the forehead. I never used to put it like right here above the brows, like on the forehead, but I've been really digging it lately. I don't know if it's because it's spring and summer now, or I wish it was spring and summer. Well, I've been liking really glowy skin, so I've been going ham with the highlighter. So now that the face is pretty much done, I'm going to go back to the eyes, and I'm going to be using this eggplant color, this one right here. I'm going to put this underneath the eyes because we're looking a little bare. And I like taking this with a small angled brush. This is actually an eyebrow brush from NYX, but I just like taking it because it just really packs on the color underneath there. And I like to get it as close as possible to the lash line. I know that looks a little crazy, definitely not blended, but we are going to go back and blend it. This is like one of my favorite like brushes to like smoke out the lower lashes. So this is the Lexi 231 small tapered blending brush. Super good brush. I got like, I don't know, like 5 of these whenever I went to Generation Beauty. So I like to take this after I lay down the first color, and I like to take the lightest color that we use, which is called Dirty Mauve, or like, you know, any light color that you use on the lid for the transition. I also like to bring it down here. So I'm going to take this and just really smoke this out. See the difference between the two? Like, this one definitely looks more blended, and it does look a little softer, believe it or not, and then this one just looks like, you know, harsh. So that's why I always like to go in and just blend that out. And then after that, I'm going to move on to the lips. I'm going to be using this lip liner by ColourPop. This is the color Lumiere. And I'm just going to just like outline the lips with this and fill it in just to give it more of like that soft pink color, but not too much. If I wanted to, I could really pack on this color and like bring out more of the like purpley pink, but to make it look like really soft and like peachy almost. So I'm going to be taking this color. This is the Dose of Colors Bear With Me lipstick. Love this one. I used to wear this all the time in the summer because it's a really nice like peachy nude, but I'm going to layer it on top of this lip liner. I'm just going to finish off with some mascara on the lower lashes, and then we are done. I burned myself really bad with the curling iron this morning. I don't know if you guys can see it. I should have showed you before I put on foundation, but I still literally feel it stinging. I hope I don't get a little scab from that. But there you have it. This is the soft glam spring makeup tutorial. I am really obsessed with this look. Like, I think I'm going to be wearing this a lot during the springtime just because it's like different from like, you know, your typical neutral brown warm shades. I just think it looks just like really fresh and glowy, but that at the same time it still looks like, you know, glamorous. So I wanted to create this look today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more spring looks, definitely let me know down in the comment section. Let me know what colors you guys would like to see, because I really want to step out of my comfort zone this spring and summer and just do like more colorful looks instead of just like, you know, doing typical warm brown looks. So yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure to give me a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell down below. That way you guys can be notified every single time I upload, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.